it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads and Smiles. Today's episode is brought to you by Fluffy Pink Robes and Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Today I am sharing with you guys a very highly requested topic, book/series that I have not finished. Now, in all honesty, there are a lot kind of embarrassing books/series that I have not finished, so there's no way I can mention them all in this video. Let's just consider this episode 1 of the book/series I have not finished. But yeah, so let's get into the video. Okay, so the first book that I have not finished, probably maybe will finish. I just really didn't like this book, and it is a recent book. I have mentioned it before. The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury was on my TBR list for last month, and honestly this book really did disappoint me. I just stopped probably pretty close to the end. It wasn't good. So this book is about a girl, and she basically is Dawnin embodied. She embodies this goddess of death. Yeah, of death. Because she is Dawnin embodied, she has to drink this poison that makes her skin poisonous, and she can't touch anyone because whoever she touched instantly dies. With this power, she is also the executioner of the castle, or the one that kills people, like traitors, people who have committed crimes. She's the one who touches them and kills them. I know, the plot definitely sounds interesting, but then when I started reading it, there was insta-love in this book, which basically means, you know, characters kind of fall in love very quickly, which bugged me so much, because I'm like, no way would you just meet someone and be like, oh, marry me, you know what I mean? So yeah, that frustrated me, along with just the story becoming so predictable, and the story reaching its climax and not really feeling like it, you know, was at its peak. I don't know, maybe there's a huge plot twist at the end. I don't know, because I didn't finish it. The next book/series that I did not finish, I also mentioned before, and it is The Program by Suzanne Young. I completely finished reading The Program. I did like the book. I would say I'd give it maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. It wasn't like overly fantastic. I did feel like there were some parts of the book that kind of just plateaued and I lost interest, but then after that something happened where I picked up interest again, and it was kind of just this roller coaster of me liking it and then not liking it and liking it, not liking it. Once I got to the end, I felt like there wasn't really much of a cliffhanger at the end, and I didn't really feel inclined to read the next book. I'm not sure what the next book is called, but I know it's already out. This book was okay, it wasn't fabulous. And if you do not know what The Program is about, it is basically about in the future where teen suicide has just hit this huge, ridiculous spike, and it's just becoming too much of a regular thing. So basically now schools are implementing these rules where, you know, they're monitoring literally everyone. You know, they're monitoring their emotions, all these teens, and if they even have the slightest sort of emotional change where they're not happy, they get sent to the program, which, you know, kind of messes with their head, and they come out like these fake, like, Barbie doll personalities where they're just like, oh, flowers and daisies, and I'm so happy, and I don't remember anything that happened before I went to the program. So it definitely has the creep factor, this book, but yeah, I would say 5, 6 out of 10. Okay, the next book, Legend by Marie Lu. Now, I read Legend back in 2013, or the year that it first came out, so I don't remember it too well, but I know the second and the last book in the series are already out. But for Legend, I didn't really like this book that much, honestly. I didn't really like the characters. I couldn't really relate to the characters. I didn't really like the society and the world. It's usually the characters that kind of pull me through the book, but I feel like the characters also fell short. This is just my opinion. I didn't really I think I gave this book maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10. So yeah, I did not finish the last 2 books, and I know a lot of you guys are like, it gets better. Okay, so the next book/series that I did not finish is kind of, I'm just way too late. I feel like it's just far too late to even go back and pick everything up, and it is the Twilight saga by Stephenie Meyer. Now, I watched all the movies all the movies, and I absolutely love all the movies. Silly me, I watched Twilight not knowing it was a book. Then I watched New Moon not knowing it was a book. Then I watched Eclipse knowing it was a book, but I felt like it was already too late. I was already too invested in the movies to go and read the books. But yeah, anyways, after the whole movie saga finished and I watched all the movies, I wanted to really go back and read the books because I felt like if I love the movies that much, the books have to be like a million times better. So I went back to read them, stopped at New Moon, because look how intimidating this is. I already kind of knew what was happening, and I don't know, I just stopped reading it. I definitely love the whole series, even though I've never read the whole series. Like I said, it's based off the movie. I love the whole series. Maybe in the future I'll have maybe like a month where I just read all the whole Twilight saga. We'll marathon it together. Okay, next. I was so disappointed by this series. And didn't end up reading the last one, even though I said I was going to back in January. Matt's Trilogy by Ali Condi. Now, a lot of you guys have really mixed feelings about these books. I know some people it was either a hit or a miss, and for me it was a miss. Like, I loved Match. I really, really liked it, okay? Really liked it. I gave this one like a 10 out of 10. Then we went to Cross. I got maybe 3/4 of the way through Cross before I started not liking it, okay? I just really didn't like it. But I just pushed through it and I finished it, and I think I gave this one maybe a 6 out of 10. Then we go to Reached. I read like the first few chapters of Reach and I just have not finished it, and I don't know if I will, just because I felt like the whole series kind of went from like this peak and just it just completely fell flat for me. Kind of this society where everything is chosen for you, you know, where you're gonna work, who you're gonna marry, your baby, like everything is already predetermined and laid out for you, and that's kind of what the society is based around. And of course, there's people who don't believe in society and don't want to like conform to this sort of too perfect world, if you know what I mean. And I felt like it was just so similar to The Giver for me that I just, it was just, Okay, last but not least, this one I am going to finish. I know I'm going to finish because I've just been told that it gets good, so I'm going to finish it. But it is Daughter of Smoke and Bones. There's 3 books out. I have only read the first one. I keep rereading the first 50 pages of this book just over and over again, and I'm just trying to get into it, but someone in the comments, hi if you're watching this, recommended that I listen to the audiobook of the second book because I have just been having a really hard time getting into the world of the second book. The first book was pretty good. There were so many weird things in this book, and there was all this just weirdness around it, and this, I've never read anything like it. It's definitely super unique, and that is why I just kind of kept reading it and why it was really interesting to me, because it was just completely unfamiliar territory when I was reading this. So I know that I'm gonna like the second book if I listen to the audiobook, which I do plan on doing hopefully soon. Like, compared to all the series that I've already showed you, this is probably the only one that I realistically will finish. Hope your day's going well, and I will catch you later. Until next time, keep reading, and bye!